Namaskaram and welcome to the inner engineering process. Well, before we go into the various aspects of what inner engineering means, what does it take for you to make this into a successful process that will change the fundamentals of how you experience your life? For this to happen, one important thing that you need to understand is, if you are dead serious, you can't get this. This is like a game. I want you to understand one reason, one important reason why most human beings have not realized the most common and the profound aspects of their life is because they are dead serious about themselves and everything else that they do. So you relax a little bit, we will just play a game. When I say a game means you can't play a game without involvement. You can go to your work half-hearted, you can pray half-hearted, you can even get married half-hearted, but you can't play a game half-hearted, because that is the nature of the game. Once you get into a game, you have to be full on, otherwise it won't work. So that's exactly what we need to make inner engineering to become a powerful experiential process for you. So when we say a game, there are two simple things you must remember. One thing is you cannot get into a game unless you really want to win. Yes, I want to win, but if I lose, it's okay with me. If you say, I do not want to win, nobody can play with you. If you say, only I must win, then nobody can play with you. I want to win, but if I lose, I'm all right. Only then there is a game. Essentially, it means that game is something that we play without knowing what is the end result. Just like your life, we play this game without knowing what is the end result. But it's the involvement which makes the game beautiful. It is not just the end result, it is the involvement which makes the game exciting and fantastic process. Not only for people who are playing, also for those who are simply watching. This is why half the world is glued to games when they're happening even on their televisions, simply because it is the intensity of involvement. We want that intensity of involvement, otherwise you cannot play the inner engineering game. And also the focus. For you to be focused on something, it is best that you do this as an individual. Make sure when you're watching this video, when you're going through this inner engineering process, you're alone by yourself, not with friends and family, not with pets. Just be by yourself, be absolutely focused towards this, because this is very simple, but it's profound. If you're touched by this experientially, the very fundamentals of how you experience your life can be altered. From being an up and down life, you can be a blissed out life. This is the possibility. When I say blissed out or being blissed, bliss is not the ultimate goal of life. Bliss means there is a sweetness and a pleasantness about everything that you are. This is not the end goal of life. It is just that when your body, mind, emotion and energies are pleasant by themselves, by their own nature, it is only then you can unfold the genius of what exists within you. Only then you can explore the most profound aspects of your life and also to perform as a successful person in the world. It's very important there is pleasantness of experience. There is substantial medical and scientific evidence to show you that only when you're in pleasant states of experience, your body and your mind functions at its best. To do any activity well in this world, this body and this mind should take instructions from you and do what you want. If they're doing something other than what you want, That's called failure. That's not called a successful life. So involvement and focus, and please ensure that this 70-minute step that you take every day in the next 7 days, the 70-minute steps that you take, the 6 steps that you take before the Shambhavi Mahamudra, these 70 minutes must be uninterrupted. Whatever requirements of the body you have of needing some water or the need to go to the washroom, these kind of things, you take care of it, and 70 minutes must go uninterrupted, all by yourself. Sit in such a way that your spine is reasonably erect, you can rest it, don't rest the head, and sit this way and be absolutely focused, because this is not a bunch of videos, this is an experiential process. This is our time on the planet, where technologies have reached a place where what was impossible to deliver long distance has become a possibility now. So, get ready and be focused on this, but now you are with a guru. 4-letter word. That's why I made it 8, Sadguru. Because the guru does not mean he's going to give you some teaching, he's not going to preach something to you, nor is he going to give you a philosophy, nor is he going to convert you into a new form of religion, nothing of this sort. Guru is like a mechanic. See, his sleeves are rolled up, you can see, fully rolled up and making sure certain things which are not gelling within yourself, these things will be corrected. Please understand this. This is an experiential process. This is not just lectures that you listen to. No, you must be absolutely involved. So don't worry about how it works. At some point, if you have the receptivity and there is time for this, I'll explain to you how it works, but you just be with me. Just absolutely be with me. On a certain day, someone came looking for Isha Yoga Center. They came to a nearby village. They asked a boy who was sitting there, "How far is Isha Yoga Center?" He looked at them like this and said, 24,996 miles. So what? 24,996 miles? That far? Said, yes, the way you're going, if you turn around, it's 4 miles. Transformation in an individual, that's how far it is. If you're looking this way, it's an endless path. If you turn around, it's not far, it's right here. See, if you want the world the way you think it should be, first of all, let's understand this. Whatever, I'm not saying all of you are unhappy people, but in the last 24 hours, how many moments of blissful, ecstatic moments you've had? If I ask you this, a few people have something to count on their fingers. Actually, fingers are too many. Most people have nothing to count. But if I ask you, when you were 5 years of age as a child, how many moments of blissfulness did you have? Fingers were not enough, isn't it so? Have you grown more fingers since then? Is it too many fingers? No. Too few moments of pleasantness. Between pleasantness and unpleasantness, there are many names for this. Pleasantness means people will say peace, happiness, joy, blissfulness, love, ecstasy, whatever. Many layers of pleasantness. Similarly, many layers of unpleasantness. Stress, anger, frustration, depression, whatever you want to call it. Different levels of pleasantness, different levels of unpleasantness. But if you are given a choice, if you as a person is given a choice for yourself, What is your choice, pleasantness or unpleasantness? You must tell me, I'm going to bless you right now. For yourself, definitely highest level of pleasantness, isn't it? What you want for your neighbor may be debatable, but what you want for yourself is clear, isn't it so? Is there any doubt? No. No, I don't care for all these things, I want to go to heaven. Why? Why you want to go to heaven? Because the advertisements have always said it's a very pleasant place. Yes or no? From the moment you were born, we went on telling you, God lives in heaven, but it's a horrendous place. Do you want to go there? No, we'll pray from here only. Too many people on this planet want to go to heaven, but they don't die. That's the whole problem. If they understand that somewhere else life is not going to be better, it is right here we have to make it happen, they would strive in the right direction. Unfortunately, they believe even if they make a hell out of themselves here, somewhere else there will be a heaven for them. All the misery that human beings experience in this world is not about where they are. Wherever they are, they can be miserable, isn't it so? Just look at this. If people are poor, they suffer their poverty. You make them rich, they suffer taxes. If they're uneducated, they suffer their illiteracy and that condition. You put them into school, enormous suffering. Not married, they suffer. You get them married. I didn't say anything. No children, they suffer that. Give them children, daily suffering. Looks like you're suffering every aspect of life. So let's offer you death. Oh, enormous suffering. Tell me one thing that human beings are not suffering. Just about anything they're suffering, isn't it so? So suffering is not happening because there is something wrong with your life. It's just that. You know, this happened a few months ago. We were trekking in Himalayas in the Tibetan region. I was in a tent doing some work. Another person was cutting an apple. Not a great feat, isn't it? Just cutting a fruit. This is one of those new porcelain knives which are supposed to be very sharp, whatever. So there's another person who says to this person who's cutting an apple, "It's a very sharp knife, be careful." I look at it like this. He's a full-grown man. He should know how to use a bloody knife. Not some great complicated machine, just a knife. I looked like this, but I was doing something, I ignored and continued. Another 2 minutes later, she says, "It's a very sharp knife, be careful." I said, "Come on, this is a full-grown man, leave him alone. He knows how to handle a knife." She said, "No, Sadhguru, it's a very sharp knife." I said, we only if it's sharp, we call it a damn knife. If it's not sharp, we don't call it a knife. And it's supposed to be sharp. And why should anybody touch the sharp edge of the knife to their hand? Just leave him alone. Then I continue my work. Another 2 minutes she whispers to him, "It's a very sharp knife, be careful." 2 minutes later, he cuts his hand. Now there's a lot of commotion, blood is spilling out. I thought, this is all the human condition is. All the human misery. Where is the manufacturing unit? Mumbai? Where is the manufacturing unit? In your mind, human mind. It took millions of years of evolutionary work to bring this mind to this level of capability, isn't it? But now, most people have turned this into a misery manufacturing machine. What is the greatest miracle? Has become the misery manufacturing machine of the world. Now philosophies are coming. Somebody says, become a no mind. Somebody says, be in the moment. What this means is, see, two most important aspects of your mind is your memory and your imagination. I'm sure many of you suffer things which happened 10 years ago. Yes or no? Something that happened 10 years ago, you're still capable of suffering. Something that may happen day after tomorrow, you're already suffering. Yes or no? What this means is, two most important aspects of your mind, memory and imagination, both have turned against you. What you remember, you suffer. What you imagine, you suffer. Once your mind has turned against you, nobody can save you. Unfortunately, this is a very sharp knife. If you don't know how to hold it, it'll cut you into ribbons. On a certain day, a lady went to sleep. In her sleep, she had a dream. In her dream, she saw a hunk of a man standing there, staring at her. And he started coming closer, 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 closer. He came so close, she could even feel his breath. And she trembled, not in fear. And then she asked, "What will you do to me?" The man said, "Well, lady, it's your dream." Oh, now the problem is not that your life is not happening the way you want it, the problem is even your bloody dream is not happening the way you want it. Yes or no? Your thought, your emotion, at least your thought and emotion must happen the way you want it, isn't it? Now, we are talking about engineering. Engineering means, to engineer something means what? To have it the way you want it, yes? We've been engineering the world, why? We want it in a particular way. Doesn't matter how beautiful creation is, but we want it in a particular way, so we engineering it. That's fine, I'm not against it. But is it not very important to have this one the way you want it? The world will never ever be 100% the way you want it. It'll never happen 100% the way you want it. To some extent, it happens your way. Little bit your way, little bit my way, little bit somebody else's way. It's all right. I'm really glad it's not happening your way. Because if it all happened your way, where do I go? I'm very happy that it's not happening your way. You may be unhappy, but I'm very happy that it's not happening your way entirely. Even if you're just two people at home, is it happening 100% the way you want it? Is it? No. 51%, if it's happening your way, you have the controlling stake at home. You must not aim for anything more than 51%. More than that means people will leave you. Yes? Yes or no? Please tell me. If you try 100% everything should happen my way, it will happen but nobody will be there. If you want people around you, you must only aspire for 51%. That's a good way to live. 51% happening your way, you have the dominant role. If it comes to voting, it's you. Now, has anybody in your life, your parents, your spouse, your children, your friends, your partners, whoever you know, has anybody ever happened 100% the way you want them? Nobody happened. What a disappointing life you have. That's why these days everybody has dogs. But even these days, dogs don't happen 100% your way, they do their own thing. Nobody happens your way, this is not the problem. This one is not happening your way, that is the only problem, isn't it? If this one happened just the way you want him to be, would you keep him blissful or miserable? Blissful. Now, blissfulness is not a goal by itself, it's a necessary condition for good life. There is substantial scientific and medical evidence to show you that only when you're in a pleasant state of experience, your body and your brain works at its best. Success in the world simply means this: you have learned to harness the prowess of your body and your brain. Yes? You're in a state of some state of unpleasantness, stress, anger, frustration, something, whatever. What it means is, you yourself are an issue. That means you are not competent to handle any other issue. When you yourself are an issue, what great issues can you handle in your life? Just see, in 24 hours, how many times you yourself are an issue. If this is not an issue, we can see what to do with the outside, isn't it? Pleasantness is what you want, isn't it so? If your body becomes pleasant, we call this health. If it becomes very pleasant, we call this pleasure. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call this peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it joy. If your emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, we call this blissfulness. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call it success. Only for the last level of pleasantness, to create pleasant situations around you, you need the cooperation of many people and many forces. But to make this one pleasant, there is only one ingredient, that's you. I am asking, are you willing? It's very important. You need to understand you are unpleasant by choice. Maybe an unconscious choice, but you're unpleasant by choice. Because if you choose to be pleasant within you, nobody else has access to what's within you, isn't it so? Yes? People can do things around you, they cannot do anything within you. Only you can do things within you. All experience is happening from within. At least what's happening from within must happen the way you want it. Then we will strive to create what's around us the way we want it. It'll happen. To what extent? To what extent we are competent? No two human beings are equally competent when it comes to the external world. Yes or no? No two human beings are equally competent when it comes to the external world. What you can do, I cannot do, what I can do, you cannot do, this is the way the world is, isn't it? But when it comes to the inner nature, all of us are equally competent. The question is only, have we looked in this direction or not? Have we applied enough attention? Do you at least agree with me that this human mechanism This is the most sophisticated instrument or gadget on the planet. Do you agree with me? Have you at least read the user's manual? I'm asking you. No, just by accident, somehow do something, it'll work. Let's do a simple experiment. Please sit with your spine erect. What we will do now is, keep your hands and legs uncrossed. You keep all the 5 fingers of your hand together, place it facing down, gently upon your thigh, don't press, gently placed. Listen to me, don't close your eyes, we will do this with our eyes closed, but right now you must look at me. We'll place the hands like this, all 5 fingers together. With our eyes closed, with spine erect, we will inhale and exhale, normal breathing, slightly deeper than normal, slightly exaggerated breath. And when you do this, I want you to notice how the air fills up into your lungs. Or in other words, where is the maximum expansion and contraction? You do this. As you're doing this with your eyes closed, focused on your breath, when I say switch, without breaking the rhythm of your breathing, just turn your hands around. For those of you who cannot see, I'm rising this, but you should not rise, it must happen on your thigh. Your hands are like this when I say switch, gently turn it over without breaking the rhythm of your breathing. Again when I say switch, get it back into this place. In these 2 positions, something about your breath will change. I want you to notice that, okay? You will notice it only if your spine is erect, you're breathing, and you're focused upon your breath. Eyes should be closed. Please, let's do that. Slightly deeper than normal breath, eyes closed, focused on the breath. See where the maximum expansion and contraction happens. Switch. Switch again. Please open your eyes. Do you notice some difference between these 2? When your palms are facing down, the maximum expansion and contraction is happening in the lower lobe of the lung. So you will notice it in the diaphragm region. When you turn it around, it moves to the middle lobe of the lung, so you'll notice it slightly higher up. Just do 1 breath and see. Noticeable? So just turning your hand around, the very way you breathe is altering itself. It's not just about the breath, the very way your life energies function is altering itself simply because you turned your hand around. How many times in a day, unconsciously do you do whatever anybody asks? For those of you who are not from the Indian background, in India, this means no. Nobody says no once, most people say no, 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 no. You never heard anybody saying yes, 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 yes. Yes is only once, if at all, if they say it. No is no, 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 no. So you keep doing this, setting your energies into turmoil, hoping to be peaceful. No wonder it looks so far away as if it can only happen in heaven. See, The very chemistry of your body is altering itself just because you do this or this. We can prove this to you. We can take blood tests and prove it to you in different postures what's happening to the system. After all, this whole thing is a chemical soup, isn't it? This is a chemical soup. The question is only, are you a great soup or a lousy soup? Yes? If we give 10 ingredients to 10 different people and ask them to make the same soup, same ingredients, you will see 10 different types of soups will turn out. Yes or no? Same here. So many types, same ingredients, how many kinds they've become. I have no problem with the variety. If there are varieties of pleasantness, 7 billion varieties, how fantastic. No, but many are varieties of unpleasantness. That's where the problem is. Yes? You have the ingredients. Whether you make this into a great soup or a lousy soup is definitely yours, isn't it so? Shall we make a great soup in the next 2 days? Huh? Whoever comes in touch with you, they must say, ah, what a wonderful human being. Yes or no? You want to leave a bad taste in everybody? However brief your contact with is with anybody, whoever you come in touch with, everybody should feel, wow, what a wonderful human being, isn't it? We will teach a certain process which is known as the Shambhavi Mahamudra. This is a way of activating your energies in such a way that the very fundamental chemistry in your body will alter itself within a matter of 2 to 3 weeks. One can even measure this in the laboratory, such experiments have been done. How the blood chemistry changes within 3 weeks of practice has been recorded, and you can make your chemistry a chemistry of blissfulness.
I completed the Shambhavi Engineering Completion Program this past January.
It's completely life-changing.
It's transformed my life in so many ways, physically, mentally, emotionally.
I'm still feeling different benefits throughout the days. The biggest one being the alignment of my spine. Physically, I sit at my desk now for 12 hours a day, and I don't need to use a back brace anymore. I feel myself correcting my posture as the day goes on.
Before I started doing Shambhavi, I had arthritis, and since I've been practicing Shambhavi, it's been maybe 2.5 years I haven't touched medication at all whatsoever.
As I did the meditation practices over and over again, anxiety and depression faded completely.
My relationships are different, I'm not reacting, and I know my family definitely appreciates that as well too.
I started seeing emotional and mental balance, and that allowed me to be in a healthier relationship with my fiance.
Since taking this program, I feel so much more joyful without having the need to use an outside substance or a chemical to support that, and I feel a lot more energetic within myself, a lot more capable in the activities that I do throughout the day.
I just think you cannot overstate how powerful it is and how much of a worthy investment it is. It might seem like a lot of time to commit, but what you're getting is a practice that you literally have for the rest of your life, and that will impact your life in unimaginable ways.
What is Shambhavi? Living life. Body takes its beating. Your mental structure also takes its beating, depending upon what you face, what kind of situations you go through. Many kinds of aberrations happen, both with body and mind. So the idea is to keep your energies in such a way that they are proactive in fixing all the aberrations that happen on a daily basis. Depending upon how intensely active you keep your energy system, accordingly the repair jobs happen that quickly. So, every day repair jobs need to happen because this is an internally maintained machine. So that dimension of energy within you, if it's kept at a certain level, there is no wear and tear. Very little. This is one aspect of Shambhavi. If you're a daily practitioner, you will see your body and mind recovers from just about anything very quickly, just like that. Simply because your life energies are kept in an effervescent manner with Shambhavi. This effervescence also translates into creating a certain kind of chemistry within the system. It is designed to create a certain level of pleasantness. You're very conscious, but you're blissed out, so other people's opinions don't matter to you. This freedom Shambhavi gives you effectively. I would say within 6 weeks of practice, you will start feeling this, that outside forces are there, but they don't really determine the direction of your course of action. This is very important for any human being to fulfill their life. It's very important that they are not deaf, they are not careless or uncaring, they listen, but you go according to your intelligence, it's very, very important. Otherwise, you will keep changing direction in your life every 2 minutes and obviously you will not get anywhere. It doesn't matter. You may be talented, you may be capable, you may be intelligent, but if you keep changing directions, you are not getting anywhere. So Shambhavi Mahamudra is a miraculous process because in 21 minutes what it is doing to you is quite incredible. And this makes life quite effortless and brings you to ease because once energies are like this, what you intend, what you want, will naturally start moving your way. You don't have to really struggle with every little thing. Life comes to ease. This freedom it will give you with life, that outside forces cannot define who you are. And that's very, very important.
If you really want to make change, not just in your life, but in the world, you need something like this. Because there's not enough guidance in the world like this that is really going to carry you through your life and also compensate for a lot of the things that we weren't taught in school, in college, growing up, in church, wherever. I feel like this really fills in all those gaps. You know what I'm saying? This is like a PhD. It's a PhD in life. A PhD in life. And it's worth the investment. It's worth the investment. Please. You need this in your life. Look at my smile. Look at my smile. I didn't always smile like this, you know. I'm joyous. Someone who suffers from anxiety, someone who suffers from depression, someone who was on anxiety medication, and now I'm not. I'm not. And I'm okay. I'm at peace. And this course did that. Where else are you going to find that? I want you to make a commitment to yourself. Give yourself this gift. And the awesome thing is, it's a gift that It's like a gift that multiplies on its own. It's a seed that you plant, and then when you turn around, it's going to be a forest. And I'll just leave you with that.
Now, you met too many enlightened beings. That's not possible. That's not possible, because if you meet one and if you experience one, you will not take one step more elsewhere. You will stop right there. He may be enlightened, but you did not experience it. So as far as you are concerned, he is not, isn't it? Isn't it so? There is a full moon in the sky. You did not notice it. Is it a full moon day? It is not a full moon day as far as you are concerned, isn't it? Isn't it so? Because it's your experience which determines everything about you. So, you need to understand this first. I met many enlightened beings. No, you met many men. You never saw anybody's enlightenment. If you experienced a little bit of it, you wouldn't be going from pillar to post. You will stop right there. So you come to one more place, and now you can even answer their questions. Now even a child can answer the questions, that's not the point. That's why I'm repeatedly telling you, don't worry about my words, you just be with me. Did you hear that? Yes. So you simply be with me. I have some good news and bad news for you. Are you okay for a joke? Are you? You're seriously pursuing enlightenment, so I'm asking. Once it happened, you know the Hells Angels, you know them? Those motorcycle gangs, especially in United States, they call Hells Angels. They just live on their motorcycles. One of them crashed his motorcycle, and after a few days, he became conscious in a hospital. Then the doctor saw the man is just coming to his consciousness and said, "Hey man, I have to tell you this. I have some good news and bad news. Which one do you want first?" So he said, "Okay, what the hell? Give me the bad news first." And the doctor said, "You crashed badly this time. I had to amputate both your legs." He said, "Oh, hell, the devil. Okay, what's the good news, doc?" "There is somebody who's willing to buy you boots." So, the bad news is, you have made yourself, you have gotten into a certain mentality where you won't allow yourself to experience anything wherever you go. I don't know which places you went, but if you went to genuine places and still did not experiencing because you got this idea already, Buddha said you must do righteousness, you are trying to have a cocktail of enlightened beings. It doesn't work like that, because obviously you have misunderstood all of them. That's the reason why you're trying to have a potpourri of all that. If you had understood a word of Buddha, then you would have just stuck to him. If you really understand a word of what I'm saying, you'll just stick to this. Because you will see, if you're really with me, you will see this will work. If you're really with somebody else, you would have seen that works. You don't give yourself to anything. You're just going there to graze on the surface, entertainment. Then nothing works. That's bad news. The good news is that, you can be an interesting conversation in a dinner party. Other people in Bombay are gossiping about the local film stars. You can gossip about the enlightened beings. That's a higher level of gossip, isn't it? Isn't it? So don't waste your time like this, because you don't have a million-year lifespan, isn't it? If you had a million-year lifespan, you could entertain yourself like this. Your life is very brief. It's a very brief lifespan, isn't it? Before you know what's happening, it'll be done. So don't waste your time. Now that you're here, I want you to burn all your Buddhas and Krishnas and everybody. Just be here totally. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, don't stay here for one moment. Just go. Try somewhere else. But when you're here, don't talk Buddha to me, because you'll waste your time. Not that I have any problem with Buddha. You'll waste your life. You'll go everywhere and talk something else. You'll miss the whole point. When you're here, just give yourself absolutely to what's happening here and see if it works or doesn't work. If you give yourself totally, it'll work like a miracle. You don't give yourself totally, nothing works. So, you come here and talk to me about Buddha, you go to Dalai Lama and talk to me about me, it's just a waste of time. There are no large issues in your life.
Somebody needs to help me understand that.
What is the large issue that you're talking about? It is just about what job to take, which girl to marry,
that about covers it.
where to go for vacation, whether to get married or not get married, These are the things, isn't it? These are not large issues, these are little things in your life. Yes. Oh, is it just a small thing whom I get married to? I'm not saying it's a small thing. But as an issue, it's a small issue, little issue. As a consequence to your life, yes, it has many things. But this is something that human beings have done for millions of years. We have enough experience on these things, isn't it? We know that whatever job we take, whoever we marry, it is just the way we make out of it. Every experience of life, you can make it an enriching experience. Every experience in your life, you can make a curse out of it. See, there is nothing wrong in your job, whatever job you're doing. There's nothing wrong getting this job, there's nothing wrong in losing this job. There's nothing wrong in getting married, there's nothing wrong in getting divorced. There's nothing wrong in not getting married. There is nothing wrong in anything, there's nothing wrong in this or that. But it is just that you make misery out of it, that's wrong. If you do this, you make misery out of it. If you do that, you make misery out of it. That's what is wrong with you. So you got married, is it wrong? That's not the point. There's nothing wrong with it. You did not get married, is it wrong? No, there's nothing wrong with it, that's wonderful too. You got divorced, is it wrong? No, that's also wonderful. It is just that you make misery out of everything, that's what is wrong. You just address that one issue, everything will be settled. That's what we are looking at. How not to make misery out of everything. If this one thing is settled, everything is settled, isn't it? Yes? If you know how to walk through this world joyfully, through marriage and divorce and celibacy and everything, if you know how to walk through this joyfully, what is the problem? Whatever you do is beautiful, isn't it?
Does this mean just living this whole life happily without realizing self is enough?
That comes next. If you don't even know how to be happy, don't have such goals as realization. They are very far away from you. See, you are just dismissing something very fundamental to your life with a stupid definition. Happiness is not just a state of mind, it is just the basis of the quality of life that you live here, isn't it? Is it such a small thing, happiness? Oh, it's just a state of mind. Is it a small thing? It's the biggest issue, isn't it?
In your book you have written, this is the minimum thing to do in life is
Yes.
be happy.
Yes.
And if I do that in the entire life, will I be fulfilling my life?
No. No, I didn't say that. I said, if that is not possible, forget realization and all that nonsense. It's not even in your sphere. If you are capable of going through this world joyfully, then you could talk about going beyond. If you're not even capable of going through this joyfully, talking about beyond is no good. There is no way, I'm telling you. There is simply no way. For a person who is constantly creating inner battles all the time, how will he deal with the bondages of life and how will he transcend that? There's no question. It doesn't arise in your life. So first thing is working towards to be a blissful human being. If that happens, the rest becomes very simple. Because a blissful human being, once your happiness is not at stake, anything that's needed you will do, isn't it? Right now you cannot do what's needed because always your happiness is at stake. You are thinking which is the right thing to do, which is the right thing to do. There is no right thing to do in your life. There is no wrong thing to do in your life. If you know how not to make misery out of everything that you do, whatever you're doing is the right thing. If you're making misery out of everything that you do is the wrong thing. So that's the only issue you have to look at. Others are all petty things. What does it matter, which way you do it? Ramakrishna's favorite disciple was Vivekananda. Vivekananda is a fiery youth, absolutely skeptic, highly logical and skeptical about everything. So Vivekananda came because people were talking about Ramakrishna converses with God. He is in close contact. So Vivekananda came and asked, "Can you prove that there is God? What is the proof that there is God?" Ramakrishna said, "Why, I am the proof." Vivekananda is a logical mind who's expecting some great explanation, why God is means this. Ramakrishna is a simple human being. He said, "Why, I am the proof." This just stunned Vivekananda. He didn't know what to ask. Next question disappeared. He went away. So again he came back after a few days and then he asked, "Can you show me God?" Ramakrishna asked, "Do you have the courage?" He said, "Yes." Ramakrishna just took his foot and placed it on the boy's chest. Vivekananda didn't open his eyes for over 6 hours. After that he stopped asking these stupid questions. Now, here we are not to give you more theories, more stories, more fairy tales. Already you're full of fairy tales. We want to take you at least one step beyond in your experience, which you're resisting. We want you to take you one step beyond the physical. Where you're limited right now, we want you to go cross that limit and experience something. Or do you want a fairy tale? Okay, if I say, yes, I've spoken to God, I had conversations with Him, every day I gossip with Him about what's happening in the world, what way does it transform your life? In what way? What does it do to you? Just empty stories. Even if it is true that I am gossiping with God every day, in what way does it transform your life? In what way is it relevant to you? Why are you always looking for these kind of things? These will not transform you, these will not get you anywhere, isn't it? I know people are having great conversations with God. Because they're so full of bullshit. They have to talk to Him also. What can you talk, tell me? A lot of people every day conversing with God. What are you talking? Your nonsense about how you want more money, you want better health, your children should do well, same nonsense, isn't it? This is all survival business that you need to handle yourself. The way you're going about, it looks like you're trying to save your brain for future. Okay. You're trying to save your brain for future use. Please use it here. Okay. Where are you going to use it? In heaven? If you land up in hell, yes, you need brains. In heaven, maybe people are brainless, that's why they go there. Why are you trying to save it? Please understand, you cannot, I'm going on repeatedly at the same thing, you cannot exist in something where you are not. You cannot taste something that is not in your mouth right now, isn't it? So you cannot experience something in which you are not. So where you are, you just have to see what's the next step, that's all. Don't think about the ultimate, you just look at what's the next step. The next one happens, you have to see what's the next one. This is the only way to grow. If you think of the ultimate, you will become hallucinatory. They have fed you too much with God. Your idea of God is very childish, isn't it? Because you're a human being, you're always thinking, God must be a big human being. You have only 2 arms, you're thinking God must be having 4 or 8 or 10 or whatever you like. Suppose you are a buffalo, or if you go and meet a buffalo and ask him, what does God look like? He will insist, God is a big buffalo. What kind of conversations can I have with a buffalo? You're talking to me, you're telling me whether I really spoke to him objectively. What objective conversation can I have with a buffalo? Suppose God is a buffalo. And if existence is happening democratically, God must be a worm. Yes? You don't understand? See, if the existence is functioning on democracy, God must be a worm because the number of worms are much more than you. So if they have voting rights, definitely God is bound to be a worm, isn't it? What objective conversation can I have with him? Because you're human, you're always thinking God is a big human being, isn't it? No, somewhere it is said God made us in His own image. That's your nonsense. If the worms wrote the Bible, they would say God made them in their own image, isn't it? You are too full of yourself. You're just too full of yourself. That's why all these imaginations.